A day after political pay recommendations were released in Singapore, experts tell us the proposed new structure for ministerial salaries is in line with market norms. And in fact, they say it's about as close as it can get.
The proposed revision for ministerial salaries sees the pay divided into 65% fixed component and 35% variable, which includes the performance bonus and the national bonus. Observers say this is much more in line with the market norm of 70% fixed salary and 30% variable. They say just like any company, a higher variable component and one tied to the performance is indicative of the importance placed on leadership, and the key performance indicators need to reflect that.
So internally, when you put the 35% as variable, it will be a mockery to the whole system if you make the conditions to achieve this variable 35% to be so lenient.
One HR expert even argues for a higher variable component of up to 40%.
It's quite unfortunate. Our country now is having some crisis, the MRT system, then the flood situation. So with all these crises, it's really a test of leadership. And very naturally, with the leadership in crisis management, it's really a test of the person's capability in running the organization that is his ministry.
Those we spoke with say the scrapping of the pension is also long overdue, as it's virtually unheard of in the private sector. But even with the changes, experts say ministerial pay can never truly be aligned with the private sector. For one, CEOs may enjoy more perks. And of course, that's the discount applied to the private sector pay. Observers add that ministerial salaries are unlikely to see fluctuations because the indicators factored in, for example, the national bonus, are pretty much stable on average. Any fluctuation will only happen during extreme years, for example, when the economy posts a double-digit growth, but even that will only account for a quarter of the national bonus.
If you look at the four key performance indicators set, right, in terms of the unemployment rate, we have seen the high of 5% and the low of 1.5%. So that's extreme times. Usually it's about 2-3%. So you don't see much fluctuation in this 25% of the weightage. And if you look at the lowest 20% households incomes, over the last 10 years, they are slightly negative or zero. So again, this has a weightage of 25%. There's not much variation in this as well.
The report on ministerial salaries will be debated in Parliament in the middle of this month.